This video is not going to contain any spoilers. I just want to let you know right off the bat, I'm just going to talk about the things that I like, the things that freaked me out about the film, and general consensus, and then I'll let you be on your way. And you can try to figure out if you want to watch the film or not. Let's just break the tension here a little bit. You should. Because honestly, Marvel's Fantastic Four, The First Steps, actually cooks. I really, really like this film, which is so relieving because I was so scared about this movie because I don't know anything about the Fantastic Four, and Marvel's recent track record of movies is just like, no, it's not good. I'm someone who used to love the MCU, and yet even I stopped watching the TV shows. I didn't watch She-Hulk, okay? I didn't see that green Shrek monster twerk with Megan Thee Stallion. Well, I did. I did see the GIFs, but I'm not trying to watch that. No, I don't even care if Daredevil's in that show. I'm not watching that thing. And then also Captain America, the Falcon thing. No. So Fantastic Four, it has the job of not only setting up this world because it's really clear early on to just tell from the film that this doesn't take place inside the MCU, but rather in an alternate version of Earth, which I think works very, very well. Because of the fact that it doesn't feel too connected to the MCU, they give these characters and this world the ability to just be its own thing, which I feel like was the best call they could have possibly had. Marvel needs to keep doing stuff like this, not having all their characters separated in different universes, but allowing for not these movies to just be set up for the next film, but just good for now. Keep making the current movie, the current thing we're watching, good. Stop saying, oh, but in the future, this is going to be awesome when we get to it. No, I want to enjoy what I'm watching right now, which is, I think, the thing that Marvel has been really, really messing up. Fantastic Four, First Steps is a really good experience right now. It has really good characters that honestly have incredible chemistry with one another. I love Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Ben Grimm, and Johnny Storm. These four characters are honestly, in the current lineup of MCU characters we still have, they're probably in the top 10. You know, we got some other characters up there, like obviously Peter Parker, Spider-Man is up there, and then I guess we'll put Thor up there too, and Stephen Strange is pretty cool, but we're kind of running out of characters here. You know, so it's nice to be able to have four amazing characters dropped into our lap, and it's like, yes, this is what the MCU should feel like. Let's break down some of the characters because honestly, I think all four of them get enough time to really be fleshed out and to have a moment to stand out. Some better than others. I do wish we had more chance to develop the Thing. So the Thing, Ben Grimm, he's the rock monster of the group. I want to start off with him because he's the character I thought was the coolest going into this. And honestly, because of the fact that this film takes place 4 years after they get their powers, he doesn't really have all the scenes of like coming to terms with the fact he is a rock monster. He is already comfortable with being a rock monster. I mean, you know, ideally he doesn't want to be a rock monster, but still, he is a rock monster. And that's just his life. And there's a lot of amazing scenes of him just being out in public, interacting with kids, interacting with people, just going about his day-to-day that I just genuinely really liked. There is just this funny contrast of this giant, scary-looking monster just going about his day-to-day that made scenes with him just so fun. I really like Ben Grimm. And I really just liked his vibe. I liked who he was. He felt very warm and comforting, which I think is very important for the portrayal of the Thing. He was a really, really fun character. Johnny Storm, I think, is going to be everybody's favorite character walking away from this film, that being the Human Torch. He is the Rizzler. Honestly, he is the guy who is attractive and young, and he's talking to girls and he's flirting with them. At least that's who Johnny Storm is as an individual. And he could have easily been a character that is just played for laughs, the jokey character that kind of just like, oh, look, we're making Marvel jokes again. Haha, you should laugh at this. Oh my God, haha, haha, haha. But no, he wasn't. He was actually given a really good purpose in the film where it uses those qualities of his character to actually benefit the plot in a genius way, in a really good way, which I thought was really smart. You can tell that the people making this film genuinely just know these characters and know how to utilize their qualities to the film's advantage, which was awesome. Marvel actually took time to cook. Another character that I think cooked was Sue Storm, because she literally did. She's pregnant in this film. So, yeah, they're having a child. And I won't say too much about where any of these plot lines go, because this is just like some of the basic stuff that you kind of learn from the trailers is really what I'm just trying to talk about, this very surface level stuff. Sue Storm is a very motherly figure in the Fantastic Four. I never really knew what this character was going to be like, because I'm not really the most familiar with these characters, but I freaking love her. And she's such an integral part of the Fantastic Four. I was scared that she was going to be like the token woman of the group, but no, she actually has a role to play. If she wasn't in the group, I honestly don't even think the Fantastic Four works. I mean, take out any of the four characters and I don't really think the group works, but still, like, she feels integral. She feels like this glue that holds the team together. And yeah, without her, I just don't think it works. Now, obviously, the main guy of the Fantastic Four is Reed Richards. He's the one that people often compare to a Tony Stark, to a Steve Rogers, to a Stephen Strange in terms of just presence in the comics. And I never really understood it, obviously, but man, oh man, Reed Richards is cool. There's even a moment in the movie where, because I watched this with my friend, and I turned to him and I pointed at the screen and I said, that I want to be like him. Which was wild. But it's true. Like, Reed Richards, as a character, he is this genius, the smartest man in the world, in the universe, that is constantly trying to work to figure out solutions to problems, to not only take care of his family, but to the people of this planet. He's a very kind soul, and he is someone who, even sometimes he doesn't really know what to do. He's an overthinker. He's a planner. He's someone who needs to get everything right and figure out what the enemy is going to do first so that he can outsmart them so that they can't hurt him first. It's awesome. I love it. I love this like troubled genius character. It was so nice to watch. Though I do feel like out of the four characters, Reed Richards, oh my God, I really liked him, but I think there's a lot of room for character development with his character, and I don't think if the movie fully touched on that, but that's okay, because obviously we're going to be getting more movies, and all of this is leading up to the next Avengers film as well, so we'll probably see more character development there. I just think he's, out of all the characters, a lot of them feel kind of complete. He feels like a character with a lot of room to change and grow, and I'm very much here for it. The main villain of the actual film, Galactus and the female Silver Surfer, I think they were both great. I also am one of those people who, when I saw that it was the female Silver Surfer, I was like, what are we doing here? Why did we decide to make her a girl? No disrespect to women, go women. But like, why? What was the reason? Did we just want to be like inclusive? Did we just want to? Because is there an actual purpose for making her a girl? And honestly, walking out the theater, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think it also makes sense that she's a girl because of the type of story that they are trying to tell. This is a very family first kind of film. The Fantastic Four is Marvel's first family, and they want to make sure they get the family vibe correctly. And honestly, I think I think mothers and girls are very important in being able to turn a home or a house into a home, to turn a group of characters into a family. And so when this film kind of plays off those vibes of family roles, having the Silver Surfer be a female makes sense. I think it works for a couple other reasons in the film, which I won't really get into. But that was kind of like my take on the whole thing. Because, yeah, family, female, make the surfer a female. That just makes sense. Galactus is a dude, though, and holy fucking shit. Oh my god. He's cool. He's very cool. I really like Galactus. And like Galactus is just such a simple guy. He just wants to eat planets, bro. Just let him eat the planets. Just come on, eat my planet, bro. That sounds weird. Yeah, I just think that he works very well. I'm glad that he's not like a giant smoke cloud in the sky that like comes to consume the planet. He deadass just is Galactus. You get to see Galactus, and man, this guy is scary. He's also just this threat that genuinely, like, I was looking at the film thinking about if I was in Reed Richards' place, if I was in the Fantastic Four's place, and I'd be like, wow, I'd give up. I'll be real. I'd give up. I'm not fighting this thing. I'm not doing that. That is crazy. Throwing the white flag, no. Doesn't matter. How do you beat this guy? How do you beat this guy? I genuinely was confused watching this film, and that was just such a great, great feeling. It was a great feeling. It didn't just feel like a character you could just go in and punch. Like, the Thing comes in and he's like, it's clobbering time. And then he just starts beating up. No, that's not what you do to Galactus. You got to figure out something. And I think it's really cool how the film goes. And the choices that it makes. I just think it's a really smart film. There is a lot of moments in this film where I genuinely was just shocked. There is this like 10-15 minute scene towards the first half of the film that, wow. It is like some of the coolest stuff Marvel has done in a really long time. This scene in particular, and you know when it's going to happen, okay? You'll know when it's going to happen. Because it's like the scene in this film, in my opinion. When just like, you're just watching and you're like, oh my god, this is so fun. This is so action-packed. This is so sick. The visuals are outstanding. This is awesome. And if we keep getting stuff like this in the MCU moving forward, they're going to cook. They're going to cook. They're going to freaking cook. This movie was something I was nervous for. I didn't really know how the cast was going to stack up. I didn't know if they were going to have the chemistry. I don't really know anything about these characters. The story of Galactus coming with the Silver Surfer, I'm loosely aware of the plotline and what happens. The film overall is very simple. It's not anything too complex. And I think that's awesome because it allows for these characters to have time to be fleshed out and shown off. Each character gets a moment to shine, some more than others. Yes, it's not a very perfect film, but in my eyes, it's a step. It's a first step in the right direction. I think Marvel genuinely cooked. I love these characters a lot. Like, oh my god, I know it's just one film, and I shouldn't be saying that. And I wanted to film this recording the day after, just so a little bit of the hype and the glaze would release from my body. But man, I really, really like that film. And for those of you interested, because I know there is going to be there's going to be the debate pretty soon as more people watch this film. I did watch Superman, the new Superman film with James Gunn 2 weeks ago, and I also watched that opening night, and I really did like that film. And I will say, I do think Fantastic Four I had a better experience with. I enjoyed my time a lot more. And though the character of Superman is really cool, and I think the actor cooks heavily with that character, I think all four of the Fantastic Four are equally as good as that one singular character. But obviously, I don't want to play this comparison game. Everyone's up to their own opinion. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you enjoyed the Superman film, you're going to enjoy the Fantastic Four film. At the same rate, if not a little bit more. And definitely stay for the end credit scene. Oh my god. You know what? Hey guys, now I want to talk about spoilers because I just want to talk about the end credit scene. So get on out of here, buddy. You got a couple of seconds. Let's fucking talk about it. So at the end of the film, after everything is said and done and they have defeated Galactus, you know, everything is back to the way it was. And I thought Franklin Richards was going to open a multi-dimensional portal and send this Earth into the actual MCU Earth, and so that everyone is going to be together. That is not what happens, which I'm very surprised about. Because Franklin Richards is kind of this baby being that is able to just do a bunch of cosmic stuff. I'm currently reading one of the runs of the Fantastic Four, and he deadass is just in his room creating a universe. Which is like, what? Why can this kid do that? Anyway, so the actual end credit scene isn't really that fire, but the mid credit scene, we get to see Doctor Doom talking to Franklin Richards, and then the movie cuts, and holy shit, that was the most exciting thing ever. And I have a little bit of a theory with how this whole MCU stuff is now going to go. I think Franklin Richards gets kidnapped by Doctor Doom, and as a result, Doctor Doom is now trying to take over the multiverse. I think that makes sense. After that, what do I think happens? That leads into the Thunderbolts end credit scene, where Fantastic Four now goes over to the MCU to try to recruit the Avengers to help them get their child back and stop Doctor Doom. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's probably what's going to happen. As a result, now our new Avengers team is going to team up together against Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is almost going to get defeated, but as a result, the little boy, Franklin, is going to crash out, and he is going to converge all of the universes, all the multiverses into one. This will probably lead into Secret Wars. When we're now in Secret Wars, now it's going to be everything is on one universe, and the entire MCU, as a result, will probably become reset. I think Franklin is going to be the key to resetting the entire MCU, and I think after Secret Wars, I don't think they've revealed anything yet, but I don't blame them for just restarting. And I mean really, really restarting. And having an MCU with not only the Avengers alive, and Spider-Man alive, and the Fantastic Four alive, but also the X-Men and the Inhumans, and fuck it, throw the Eternals in there as well. Put all the Marvel characters on one Earth, being there, existing at the same time. Stop trying to set up the mutants and be like, oh, you have the mutant genes, and stop trying to have all these loosely intertwining plot lines because of the fact that you just didn't own the rights for any of these characters right from the very beginning. Now restart with a fully established world where all the characters exist. And I think it's all going to happen because of Franklin. That's my current theory, and I just kind of want to put this on the internet to look back on in a couple of years when those movies actually come out to see if I was right or maybe I was wrong. But that just seems the most obvious to me. And that's what I think is going to happen. Overall, the movie's awesome, and you should go watch it. See you guys.